Against Tottenham, who plays so well against Newcastle. What a result. What the
Massive result for Chelsea, obviously, but for Antonio Conte. He was starting to feel that pressure, that sort of cold breeze on his neck that you get as a Chelsea manager just after success, and made a bold call today. We thought maybe it was going to be Christensen that he was going to play in that holding midfield position, but he moved David Luiz there, a position he's played for Chelsea in the past, position he's very comfortable in, and he was excellent there today. And it kind of feels a bit like Chelsea at the beginning of last season, where they weren't confident, they weren't exactly dominant. It wasn't an inspiring performance, but at the end, they were able to chase a game, they were able to claw it back, and they were able to get a result. And that Arsenal game was the big blip where they switched everything around. So maybe the Burnley game, maybe that ends up being the blessing that they got an early wake-up call, and now they can start to turn things around.
Robbie, Tottenham will not want the story to be about playing at Wembley and the Wembley hoodoo. Unfortunately, though, from their perspective, that will be the story. Let's just remind you of Tottenham's record at Wembley since the start of last season. Look at that now, 4 defeats including today, that 1 win in the Champions League before Christmas against CSK in Moscow, and the draw against Ghent in the Europa League in February. But on the whole, it's a losing record. Is it relevant to you?
It's relevant, but not in this particular match, Rebecca. The atmosphere was excellent. It was packed out, good atmosphere for them. That was a bit of a one-off, I would say. I know it is going to be a story, and I think it will affect them throughout the course of the season. But that game today, I don't think that was about the stadium and where they played. The next 2 home games, Burnley at home and Swansea. Now, after those 2, if the results aren't good, then we can start talking about it. But I know where you're going with it, but I just think that was some game. That was some match. And Chelsea, full of character. I mean, that was an impressive victory for them.
And how will it manifest itself? Just explain, playing in a brand new stadium, coming off a stadium where you've been unbeaten all season, how will it affect the players?
I'll tell you, first of all, it's not home. White Hart Lane's a little bit different as well because it's so close to you. I know that the crowd is so much smaller, but it's much tighter. And they need that kind of help, I think, throughout the course of a season. The atmosphere today was brilliant. No problem there. Is it going to be like that every single week for Burnley and for Swansea? That's where I think it might hurt them when in a game when they need a little bit of help from the 12th man and the supporters. It isn't quite the same. I don't want to be too critical because Spurs played well in this game. I'm not sure whether they did the right thing tactically with the changes and Dyer in midfield, trying to match kind of Chelsea physicality. If they had gone a little bit more expansive with Son or with Sissoko, it might have been different.
I mean, the story more today is about Chelsea, a return to defensive stability, the character that they showed today. I mean, that's what I take out of this game, more than being worried about Spurs at Wembley. And I agree, you know, you lose to Burnley next game, a team that, you know, obviously got the big win against Chelsea, but only won 1 game away from Turf Moor last year. If that happens, then you start to have that psychological effect of, are we bad here? I mean, is this a real thing?
It is, as Carl says, Chelsea's day. Let's hear from their goal scorer, Marcus Alonso. He's with David Luiz.
Marcus and David first. If last week was the worst possible start, was that the best possible response?
I think last week was the worst first half. I think it was a terrible first half, and then the second half we did great. I think the victory today just showed what we did in the second half in the first game. So it was great playing against fantastic team, fantastic player. I think we did great and we deserve to win.
Did you also show character to win that today?
Of course. I think it's important to have to undefeat to show that, and big clubs need this.
Marcus, 2 fabulous goals. Tell us about the free kick first of all. Have you hit many better than that?
Well, I don't think so. It was a good one today. Not even in training, I think. No. Very happy for the win. There were a lot of talking during the week, everybody, and I think we saw that we are together. We worked so hard this week, and we 100% deserve this win.
David takes many of the free kicks, but because it was left side, was it perfect for you?
Yeah, I think that's the side more for left footers, and David is better from the other side. We saw with William and David, I decided to take it, and he went well.